I'm Chase, and this is Cut to the Chase with me, Chase. And today we are talking about the mouse again. And we are going back in time a little bit. We're going to revisit a little bit of history here back in early 2022 with Bob Chapek and around the time of the Don't Say Gay bill. Because Ron Desantis, he's writing a memoir, and a little snippet got put out there in regards to his interactions with Bob Chapek at the time. I always love these kind of looking behind the curtain at some of the inside meetings that were happening during all this turmoil surrounding the Don't Say Gay bill, which I hate that was ever branded the name, because it had nothing to do with that. It was the Parental Rights and Education bill. It was basically to stop creepy teachers from keeping kids away from them. So it had nothing to do with don't say the word gay. Mark Hamill. And so, but before we get into that, I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing. And we are trying to hit a goal of 400 subscribers by March 4th. If you haven't yet already, I would love to earn your subscription today. Going back in time, Bob Chapek, Ron Desantis, on the outside, it looked like a big feud. And it was, because that's what it turned into. However, if you remember, when this was starting to brew, Bob Chapek actually was trying to take a stand to say, you know, I don't want to get involved. Disney doesn't want to start picking sides and that kind of thing. However, Bob Chapek and Disney itself faced immense pressure from fans and from people on the inside of Disney saying, you need to take a stand against this. And so that's where we enter in the snippet that is taken from Ron DeSantis' memoir here. I love it because sometimes you wonder if politicians understand social media and what happens on social media and just the culture surrounding social media. Like when you look at politicians like Nancy Pelosi, no, she has no idea. But Ron DeSantis, I gotta say, he totally gets it. So let's go here. IndieWire has an article that they wrote on it, and it kind of details this snippet in the book. So let's read some of it right here. As the controversy over the Parental Rights and Education bill was coming to a head, Chapek called me. He did not want Disney to get involved, but he was getting a lot of pressure to weigh in against the bill, DeSantis wrote. According to DeSantis, Chapek told him, we get pressured all the time, but this time is different. I haven't seen anything like this before. Chapek later slammed the Don't Say Gay bill when it was signed into law after telling Disney shareholders he urged DeSantis to shut down the bill, restricting gender and sexuality discussions in elementary school. Chapek and Disney, however, funded Bill's supporters. He didn't want to do it. He eventually caved to the woke mob, which, kids, if you're watching this video, here's a little PSA. There's two kinds of groups in this world, the woke mob and normal people. The woke mob will destroy you and eat you alive. Stick with normal people. You'll thank me later. Thank you, Chase, for that wonderful message. And this is Disney's problem, is they hire these woke activists into their company. And so not only do they get hit from the outside, they get hit from the inside. And that's probably why Chapek is over here being like, it's never been like this before. This is the worst it's ever been. Because you have freaks working at your company. You don't have employees at Disney. You have activists. That's what you hired. DeSantis goes on to weigh in a little bit more. And this is where I'm saying he gets social media. DeSantis predicted Disney would face 48 hours of outrage from fans, saying, when I sign it, you will get another 48 hours of outrage, mostly online. Then there will be some new outrage that the woke mob will focus on, and people will forget about this issue, especially considering the outrage is directed at a political media narrative, not the actual text of the legislation itself. Exactly. That's exactly what would have happened. The woke mob would have just been distracted. Give it a week. Like, Chapek, ignore it. Don't do anything about it. Don't say anything about it. Just move on about your business. Don't pay attention to it, because they would have just forgotten about it in a week, because there would have been something else in the news to distract them with. And he makes a great point. One of the reasons they would have moved on is because what they're focused on is not even anything about the bill. It's some headline that some newspaper at some point created to market it as a don't say gay bill, when it has nothing to do with that. It was a complete marketing ploy. That was it. And Chapek would have been fine. Disney would have been fine. And now, because of this, Disney's losing their self-governing status in Florida with Disney World. Their stock is at a 50-year low. Okay, Disney Plus is literally like an anchor around Disney's neck. It's just losing money. And who knows? Maybe Bob Chapek would have never been fired. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he might have, but who knows? He'll never know. We'll never know. But the real point and crux here is these companies like Disney, they have to stop hiring these woke activists. You got people like I can't remember if she's the creator or the showrunner of the new Proud Family that's out, but she literally is on a Zoom call saying she wants to push sexualization in the shows. She wants to push gender identities in shows. She wants to push identity politics in shows. She literally says, if I find a spot to put it in, I will put it in there.
Roberts and like our leadership over there has been so welcoming to like my like not at all secret gay agenda. And so like I feel like I felt like it was, I mean, like maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess like something must have happened in the last like they're turning it around, they're going hard. And then all that like momentum that I felt, like that sense of I don't have to be afraid to like, let's have these two characters kiss, let's in the background this, like I was just wherever I could just basically adding queerness to like if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of them. But like I just was like, no one would stop me and no one was trying to stop me.
That is not a writer, that is not a creator, that is an activist. And that's what's hired over at Disney. You got to get rid of them. If you want the company to move forward and progress, you got to get rid of them. Simple as that. So Chapek, I know you're not working there, so do better. But Bob Iger, do better. You weren't much better, to be honest. You might have actually been worse. But anyways, guys, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think about what Ron DeSantis said here? What do you think about the Disney World losing their self-governing status over in Florida? I actually think that's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing, to be quite honest. And if you haven't yet already, please subscribe to the channel. We are trying to reach 400 by the 4th. Woo, those days are coming soon. So if you could help us get there, that would be awesome. It's my birthday, so that's kind of why I'm really pushing for it. So, but as always, guys, thank you for watching and peace out.